Today we are doing a story time video. I've realized recently that story videos are some of my favorite to binge watch on YouTube, so I thought I might as well start doing some of my own. So if you guys like story time videos and want more, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and let's see if we can get it to 3,000 likes. I think we can do it. I also just realized there's a lot of white going on in this video. I didn't really anticipate that, I'm sorry, but it kind of looks like I'm a ghost. How fitting. Okay, so I do want to preface this video by saying you don't have to believe in ghosts or the paranormal to enjoy this video, and let me know if any of these have happened to you, or if you could explain any of them, all of the above, that would be great. But on to the story. So I have a couple of experiences that stick out in my mind. I know there have been a lot more that have happened to me, but I just kind of forget things. I'm a very forgetful person. I don't remember a lot of things. So I'm gonna kind of go in chronological order. So the first one that I can remember is actually, it still wasn't that long ago, but it was when I was in early middle school, like 6th grade or so. I just remember this because I had just painted my room blue and green. I thought it was so cool, and to match that, I got some light green and blue beads to go in front of my doorway so that, you know, I could be like, that's so Raven, and have cool beads in my room. These beads were hung in my doorway, so anytime you walked in or walked out, it was very loud, like the beads moved all around and whatever, but I absolutely loved it. I don't know if you guys ever had those, but yeah, it was a good time. So it was a couple months after I got the beads in my room that this happened, and at the time I had just a twin bed, and I had a little TV on my nightstand facing the wall towards my window, so away from the door, like my back was facing the door because I like to watch my TV before I went to bed, and then I typically just fell asleep. This particular night I was facing my TV, but I didn't have the TV on. It was in the middle of the night, and I always slept with my door wide open. Now, I'm a pretty heavy sleeper, so it takes a lot to actually wake me up. So my back was facing the door, but I remember very specifically that I was jolted awake because the beads were all of a sudden, like, I could hear them clashing, like very loudly, like someone just walked into my room, but I wasn't facing my doorway. Heart started racing, and I was like, is my mom in my room? Like, but no one's saying anything. So I waited a couple seconds, and then I slowly turned towards my door, and I saw all of my beads just shaking, like someone had just walked in or walked out of my room. So I didn't have my glasses on, and I didn't have contacts at the time, so I couldn't really see anything. All I could see was just that the beads were moving, and they were very loud. So I looked around, but no one was in my room. So of course I got really freaked out, and I ran into my parents' room, and I started like screaming their names, and I was like, Mom, Dad, and like it took them a while to wake up, but finally my mom woke up, and she's like, what's wrong? And I was like, did you just come into my room? And she's like, no, like I'm asleep. And so I got really freaked out by that, and so I ended up sleeping on my parents' floor that night. To this day I still don't know what caused that, but all I know is that my parents were asleep, and I didn't have a window open or anything, or a fan, so I don't really know how that really happened, but it definitely takes like a force to make the beads move, otherwise they're just pretty standstill, so that still kind of freaks me out, but I don't have those beads anymore, so don't worry about that. The next experience happened at my cabin, and about, I think around middle school time, we got a new cabin. My family, we relocated to a new cabin up in northern Minnesota. So along with the cabin, I don't know if it was the person who previously owned it or how we got this, I still don't really remember, but somehow we have this like creepy, well, it's creepy in my mind. My parents love this thing, but I still think it's especially creepy after this incident. I've always just had a bad feeling about this thing, but we have this carved fisherman kind of, or like captain of a boat thing. I don't really know. If I find a picture, I'll put it here. But it's like this wooden carved guy, and I know he was made out of a tree, and like someone they know made it or something, but he has like this pipe. So at this moment in time, the statue is in my parents' bedroom on the first floor, and then we also had our relatives up to visit, and I just remember they were younger. I think he was like 6 at the time, maybe even younger, I'm not exactly sure, but he was young. So one night my dad went into the bedroom, and he was laying on his stomach, and then he asked me to like scratch his back or something, or give him like a back massage, like we always do that. So I was in there like chopping his back or whatever, and then my little cousins came in, and they were like, shh, shh, and then they were gonna like jump on the bed and start tickling my dad. So I was like, okay. And so he like jumps on the bed and then he starts tickling my dad, and then we all both start like tickling my dad or whatever, and he's just laughing and like tickling him, and all of a sudden he just stops and goes, ghost, and he just stares and he points at this statue. I just remember being so terrified because I've always had this bad feeling about that statue. They always say that little kids can like sense presence or sense spirits. I don't know. Have you guys heard that? Like they say little kids more so than adults can see ghosts. So to this day, I hate walking around my cabin at night and seeing that thing because there's just something wrong with it, and I don't know if it's because we remodeled our cabin and that like shook up, but I don't know. And my last story is something that happened very recently, and I think it was last summer. It was before I went to LA. Just to set the scene for you guys, I was in my bed and I was on the computer and I was kind of facing where my door would be, I guess, and my door was shut at the time. And I have a vanity, if you guys remember from my room tour like ages ago. Probably not, but it's in the same spot. I have this vanity chest where I do my makeup. It's like about my arm span away from my door, maybe a little bit closer than that. So this was kind of mid-afternoon, evening-ish, but I was home alone. I was on the computer, like focusing on my computer obviously, and then all of a sudden I see something kind of in my like peripheral vision, but like my eyes were focused on my computer, but from like on the very top of my computer I could kind of see something, like some movement, and all of a sudden, this happened so fast, but I have this little mirror, like one of those like foldable mirrors. I'll put a picture of one here, you know what I'm talking about? I hear that crash. I saw that my mirror had hit my door and then fell on the ground. So I immediately knew something was not right because I do my makeup on my vanity. My mirror's in like almost the center of my vanity, and I don't ever keep my mirror off of the ledge. It would have just fallen off like this. It wouldn't have like literally crashed and hit my door and then fallen down. So I tried like testing it a little bit to see if, you know, it actually could have hit my door. So I kept pushing the mirror lightly off of my vanity and it would just fall like in the same place every time, just right below my vanity, but it would never have hit my door. Like that takes force for something to go across the room and hit my door. There was nothing on my vanity that could have fallen and pushed it, like nothing else was out of place except for this mirror. So I was a little freaked out about that, and when my mom came home that night, I immediately told her, I was like, you're not gonna believe this. So anyway, later that night, my mom asked me if I needed anything from Target, and I asked for some shave gel. So she came back and she's like, okay, I'm gonna put it on your sink in your bathroom. And so I was like, perfect. And then I kind of just forgot about it, whatever. And then the next morning I woke up and I had a missed call from my mom. So I called her back. She was like, Caitlin? And I was like, what's wrong? She was like, have you gotten up in the middle of the night or this morning, like early in the morning? And I was like, no, I literally just woke up, like what's up? And she was like, did you move your shave gel? And I was like, no, like I forgot about it, why? And she's like, go into your bathroom. And so I went to my bathroom and my shave gel, like it took me a second to find it, but my shave gel was in the middle of the shower, like in the bathtub, standing straight up. And so I thought she was playing a joke on me, and so I was like, Mom, did you move that? And she's like, no, okay. I'm like, I didn't move that, and I put it on your sink. Like, did you move it? So at that point, my mom believed me that something weird was going on, and she didn't really know what, but she was like, I think this is the same thing that moved your mirror yesterday. If something ever falls, it doesn't fall standing straight up, you know what I mean? Like, it would just be on its side. And the fact that it was on my sink, and then in the morning it was in my bathtub. So I really don't know what happened with that. Believe it if you will, but it definitely still freaks me out. So those are the paranormal experiences that I can recall right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And again, if you liked it and want more story time videos, then be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and I will do some. Also, please leave your paranormal experiences in the comment section below because I love reading comments from other videos like that. I think they're so interesting to see what else has happened to you guys and, you know, creepy stuff like that. I'm very into that kind of thing. I'm very open-minded, so I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. I also have some psychic experiences, I guess you could say. I definitely think I have some level of psychicness, and I know it sounds very weird, very strange. I don't know if it's just a very strong intuition. So if you guys want another video on that, then definitely leave a comment below and let me know. Be sure you're following me on Instagram. I'm obsessed with Instagram right now. Go follow me, comment on my latest video, and I just may follow you. I also got a Twitter, a Facebook, Pinterest, and a Snapchat. I love snapping, you guys. I also have some beauty videos coming soon, so do not worry. I have a couple of those lined up, and I think you guys are really gonna love them. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!